Listen to me. When life starts pressing down on you, when it feels like the weight of the world chose your shoulders on purpose, your first instinct is to ask, why me? But I came to tell you that pain is not your enemy. Pain is your alarm clock. Pain is life shaking you awake from comfort, from mediocrity, from the version of you that was settling for less than you were born to become. See, comfort will let you sleep through your potential, but pain will sit on your chest until you open your eyes. Some of you thought you were strong until life took something from you. Some of you thought you had faith until your plans fell apart. Some of you thought you were focused until distractions disappeared, and all you had left was silence and responsibility. Pain doesn't create weakness, it exposes it. And that exposure is not there to embarrass you. It's there to show you exactly where you need to grow. You don't discover your real strength on easy days. You don't find out who you are when everything is working out. Anybody can smile when the bank account is full. Anybody can believe when the door is already open. But who are you when the money is low, the support is gone, the door is locked, and the people you thought would stay walked away? That's when the real you shows up. That's when the mask comes off. That's when the potential either rises or retreats. And here's what most people get wrong. They spend all their energy trying to escape the pain instead of learning from it. They numb it, distract from it, run from it, blame somebody for it. But pain is a teacher that will keep repeating the lesson until you learn it. It's not there to destroy you, it's there to develop you. Every setback is asking a question. Are you going to fold or are you going to fight? Every loss is asking, will you shrink or will you stretch? Every hard moment is whispering, there is more inside you, are you ready to access it? You say you want greatness, but greatness lives on the other side of discomfort. You say you want a different life, but a different life requires a different level of endurance. Muscles don't grow without resistance, character doesn't grow without adversity, and faith doesn't grow without uncertainty. The very thing you're begging to be removed might be the very thing building the strength you'll need for where you're going. Stop asking for a lighter load and start becoming stronger. Stop wishing it didn't hurt and start deciding that the hurt will not be wasted. Because one day the story that almost broke you will become the evidence that nothing can. One day the tears you cried in private will water the strength you show in public. One day the nights you thought you wouldn't survive will be the reason you can walk through storms without flinching. I need you to understand this. Pressure doesn't mean you're losing. Pressure means something valuable is being formed. Nobody protects rocks, but diamonds go through intense pressure because they're worth it. And if life is squeezing you, it might be because there's something rare inside you trying to come out. Something resilient, something unstoppable, something that doesn't quit just because it hurts. So don't curse the pain, use it. Don't run from the struggle, grow through it. Let it sharpen you, not shatter you. Let it wake you up, not wear you down. Because the moment you stop seeing pain as punishment and start seeing it as preparation is the moment you become dangerous to your limitations. What tried to break you is about to introduce you to who you really are. And then life will hit you with a truth that most people spend their whole lives trying to avoid. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your friends, not your family, not luck, not perfect timing. When the lights go off and the noise fades, it's just you and your choices. And that realization can feel terrifying at first because it strips away every excuse you've been leaning on. But listen carefully, it's also the most empowering moment of your life, because the day you realize no one is coming is the day you stop waiting. Some of you are stuck not because you're weak, but because you're waiting for permission, waiting for support, waiting for someone to believe in you before you believe in yourself, waiting for conditions to be perfect. But perfect conditions don't exist. There will always be bills, doubts, critics, fear, responsibilities. If you wait for life to clear the path, you will be standing still forever. Winners move while the path is still messy. Warriors rise while their knees are still shaking. See, when everything falls apart and you look around and realize there's no rescue team on the way, something powerful can happen inside you. You stop looking outward for strength and start digging inward. You discover reserves you didn't know existed. You find discipline where there used to be excuses. You find courage where there used to be fear, not because it suddenly got easy, but because it became necessary. Nobody wakes up one day magically strong. Strength is born in moments when quitting would be easier, but you keep going anyway. It's built in the mornings you get up tired and move forward regardless. It's built in the nights you cry, wipe your face, and still handle your responsibilities. It's built when you choose growth over comfort again and again until it becomes who you are. And yes, people may support you. People may encourage you. People may walk beside you for a while, but nobody can walk for you. Nobody can endure your pain for you. Nobody can do your push-ups, fight your battles, or make your decisions. At the end of the day, your life moves in the direction of your actions, not your wishes. You don't need a savior, you need commitment. Some of you have survived things that should have taken you out, and you're still here not because someone rescued you, but because something inside you refused to die. That stubborn spark, that quiet voice that said, "Get up one more time," that's your real power, not talent, not resources, not connections, resilience. The ability to rise without applause, to work without recognition, to keep pushing when nobody is watching. Stop waiting for someone to hand you confidence. Build it by keeping promises to yourself. Stop waiting for motivation. Create it through action. Stop waiting for life to get easier. Decide to get stronger. Because the moment you accept full responsibility for where you are and where you're going, you take your power back from circumstances, from other people, from the past. And I'm not saying it's easy. It's not. There will be days you wish someone would just carry you for a while. Days you feel exhausted from being the strong one. Days you question whether it's even worth it. But those are the days that define you. Those are the days when average people stop and extraordinary people step forward, not because they have more energy, but because they have more resolve. You don't need everybody to understand your journey. You don't need universal approval. You don't even need guarantees. All you need is the decision that quitting is not an option, because once that decision is made, obstacles become problems to solve instead of reasons to stop. When life tries to break you, it wants you to believe you're alone and powerless. But you are not powerless. You are unclaimed power waiting to be activated. And the moment you stop looking for rescue and start becoming your own reinforcement is the moment your life begins to change direction. Nobody is coming, and that's exactly why you must become unstoppable. There comes a moment when you feel like you've got nothing left. Not a little tired, I'm talking about soul tired, the kind of exhaustion that sleep can't fix, the kind where your body is present but your spirit feels empty. You've been fighting, pushing, holding on, and suddenly you hit a wall so hard you start to wonder if this is where your story ends. But I need you to hear me. That breaking point you're so afraid of is often the exact place where transformation begins. See, most people think strength means never falling apart. They think strong people don't cry, don't doubt, don't struggle. That's a lie. Real strength is built in the moments when you feel yourself cracking, but you refuse to completely collapse. Because when everything comfortable is stripped away, when the plans fail, when the support disappears, when the old version of you can't survive the new level of pressure, something has to change. And that change is not the end of you, it's the upgrade of you. You don't become a new person by staying in familiar conditions. Growth requires disruption. It requires the breaking of routines, beliefs, habits, and sometimes even relationships that can't go where you're going. And yes, it hurts. Of course it hurts. You're shedding a version of yourself that once felt safe. But safe and strong are not the same thing. Comfortable and capable are not the same thing. Think about it. Every major turning point in your life probably came from a moment you didn't choose. A failure you didn't plan, a loss you didn't want, a door that slammed shut when you were sure it would open. In the moment, it felt like destruction. Looking back, it became direction. What you thought was life ending something was actually life redirecting you towards something greater. Your lowest point forces honesty. You can't pretend anymore. You can't hide behind distractions. You can't keep telling yourself stories that keep you small. At rock bottom, you finally see what's real, what matters, what doesn't, who's truly there, what you're truly made of. And from that clarity, a new kind of strength is born, not loud, not flashy, not dependent on validation. Quiet, grounded, unshakable, and here's the powerful part. Once you survive your breaking point, fear loses its grip on you. Because the worst thing you imagined has already happened, and you're still standing. Maybe bruised, maybe scarred, maybe different, but still here. And that realization changes the way you walk through the world. You stop fearing discomfort. You stop panicking at obstacles. You stop underestimating your own resilience. Some people break and stay broken because they decide the pain defines them. Others break and rebuild because they decide the pain refines them. Same storm, different response. One becomes a victim of the experience, the other becomes a product of growth through it. The difference isn't luck. It's the decision to rise instead of retreat. You may feel like you're at the end of your rope, like you can't stretch any further without snapping. But sometimes life stretches you because it's expanding your capacity. The weight feels heavier because your strength is increasing. The challenge feels bigger because your potential is bigger. You're not being buried, you're being planted. And planted seeds don't look powerful in the moment. They're hidden, pressed into darkness, surrounded by pressure. But that's exactly where roots form. Don't run from this moment. Don't numb it. Don't rush past it. Stand in it and let it build you. Let it strip away the fear of failure. Let it burn away the need for approval. Let it show you that you can endure more than you ever believed possible. Because once you know that, nobody can intimidate you with difficulty again. Your breaking point is not where your story ends. It's where the strongest chapter begins. When life tries to break you, it's not asking for permission. It's not checking if you're ready. Storms don't announce themselves, challenges don't schedule convenient times, and setbacks don't ask if it's okay to hit. Life will throw obstacles in your path, and it will keep testing you until it sees whether you bend or whether you become unbreakable. The truth is, you don't win by hiding. You don't win by waiting for things to calm down or for people to cheer you on. You win by standing in the storm and refusing to let it define you. See, most people react to hard times with fear, hesitation, and avoidance. They step back, they retreat, they pray for relief, but relief is not the path to greatness. Relief is the path to comfort. Growth, strength, and power are found where discomfort lives. If you want to rise above, you have to step into the chaos, not step away from it. You have to decide that the storm is not your enemy, it's your proving ground. That pressure is not punishment, it's preparation. I know what it feels like when everything around you is shaking, when the people you counted on are gone, when doors are closing faster than you can knock. I know what it feels like when your energy is drained, your mind is tired, and every part of you wants to quit. That's exactly when you find out what you're really made of. That's exactly when the weak step aside and the strong rise up. You don't discover courage in calm waters. You discover it in the waves, in the wind, in the thunder. That's where you build resilience. That's where you find the part of yourself that refuses to give in. Life doesn't break people who are strong. It breaks people who think they're strong without having been tested. And that's why storms are necessary. They expose what's fake, they reveal what's shallow, and they ignite what's authentic. You can't become a force to be reckoned with without being pressed, challenged and stretched beyond what you thought possible. And when you make the decision to meet life head on, to look the pressure in the eye and keep moving forward, that's when transformation happens. The key is mindset. Stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this making me? Stop wishing for easier paths and start saying, I will rise higher than this. Stop letting setbacks define you and start letting your response define you. Because every moment you refuse to quit, every step you take when you're exhausted, every time you push forward when the odds are against you, you are becoming stronger than the storm. You are becoming unstoppable. And let me tell you, when you finally stop fearing the storm and start becoming the storm, life can't touch you the same way again. You walk through challenges differently. You handle setbacks differently. You rise from failure differently. You don't just survive the storm, you command it. You shape it. You take what life tried to use against you and turn it into your power. That's how warriors are made. That's how legacies are built. That's how you stop being a victim of circumstance and start being a master of your destiny. So when life is trying to break you, don't back down, don't shrink, don't plead for mercy. Step up, step in, and rise stronger. The storm isn't your enemy, it's your opportunity. It's the forge where your character is hardened, where your courage is proven, where your determination becomes unshakable. You don't just overcome the storm, you become the storm, and nothing will ever be able to break you again.